good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique. Yes, the rest of the world. Welcome to another edition of Good Morning Grenada. I know I had a little diversion a little bit. I was trying to divert the attention a little bit earlier this morning. For those of you on the mainland Grenada, probably having that particular thought. I played those particular songs deliberately. Yeah. Let me say good morning to those of you who are viewing us live via GBN TV, also via our social media platforms. Which one you have chosen to view us via? Good morning to you. Those of you listening via terrestrial radio, probably K105, or you're listening via gbn.gd. You're listening online, whatever part of the world you're at. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good day to you. It's Monday, actually the 20th day of February, 2022. The final day of the month of February. And if you're celebrating today, let me take your time out to say good morning and happy birthday to you. For those of you who are celebrating today, all the best. Let me see if I can go over to my road this morning. Yes, we're here on Friday, and let's see if I can chip in with him this morning. Got some music playing on his end. We'll certainly be linking up with him shortly. Once again, good morning, Grenada. Good morning to the sister Isle of Carriacou. I mean, what's taking place in Carriacou right now? And I think Master Control is going to, of course, hit us up a little highlight of that in a short. And we're going to see what's taking place in Carriacou when we come back and kick in here on Good Morning Grenada. Master Control, of course, let the folks inside of Grenada see if we could get that still up and what's taking place. Let me say good morning to my bro Gary. Still, of course, a little attentive to me this morning for some reason or the other. And as soon as I chip in with him, we get things rolling. Hey, Gary, good morning, my brother. What's up with you, man? Gary seemed to be not focused on me this morning for some reason or the other. But let's see if I can make it in. Hey, bro, what's up with you? I'm trying to get you live on here, but I'm seeing you calling me via the phone, so I'm not sure what's up. But we live here on Good Morning Grenada. Hey, man, what's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you? I think I caught you off guard, or you caught me off guard. I'm not sure which one is which, but...
might be a combination of both. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You're good to go, as we would say. You're good to go. What's up with you, man? What's up?
I think I was caught with my pants down this morning. That's what's going on. Good morning, Grenada. How is everyone doing?
How much everybody's doing? You know, I deliberately did something a while ago. I played two reggae jams. You understand? For the folks on the mainland. You understand?
Right.
Get to divert their attention a little bit. For those who probably thinking about Carriacou this morning. You understand?
Carriacou is definitely trending this morning. Good morning, Carriacou. Still trying to touch base with someone on the ground in Carriacou so we can get a live feedback as to the happenings inside of Sister Island right about now, Carriacou.
All right. Well, as soon as you make that link up, we will certainly, of course, entertain that here on Good Morning Grenada.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, man. Keep the fingers crossed. Gary, due for a short break. Let's take that break. And when we come back, we kick into what I like to call the meat of the matter here on Good Morning Grenada. So we're coming back after the break, folks. Don't touch your dials. Hey, it's Good Morning Grenada here on K105 and Hot 98.
Chapter in West Indies' biggest rivalry continues. West Indies flies against England for the Apex Test Series in 3 test matches. Tickets start as low as $20 and local residents enjoy an additional 50% discount with online purchase. Must be fully vaccinated to attend all matches, and COVID-19 protocols will be in effect. Secure your seats to the action. Get your tickets in advance at winscricket.com/tickets. Terms and conditions apply.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Get a share, they leave their home down in Tobago and come and rob here in Carriacou.
So welcome back to one and all. Once again, it's Good Morning Grenada, G Squared, GT, Gary in the morning time. And we're getting set to rolling to Good Morning Grenada here and getting things started off on this final day of the month of February, folks. Hey, Gary, could you imagine February done by? And it's Massing Carriacou.
February's out of here. The shortest month of the year.
Mm-hmm. And imagine Massing Carriacou this morning, bro. Massing Carriacou this morning, kind of having that thought of what this was like for the last couple of days. You know, there have been loads of events. I had some fun, some folks over there who was giving me some highlights, what's happening, the virtual events, even the events that folks were able to attend. And for all aspects.
Well, we got some footages of that.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if we have not shown it as yet, we can do that in a timing.
Maybe we could take a quick peek at that, and maybe we could, of course, get set to roll in once that could be
definitely
popped up. Let's see what's up.
Get a share, they leave their home down in Tobago and come and rob here in Carriacou. They come quite up here to cause kayak script as if Tobago don't have bank for the tea. Johnny Power come in Tobago. You're driving me. Let's talk in jamming. Let's talk in wait. We start. I'm sick, tired, and fed up of all those one-day patriots, those who treat this country like dirt. When the woman so she motion, we became the main attraction. Knock me down, push me down. All you come, all you come, all you come, all you come. We try. We not leaving this side. Promoter and police.
Gary, for you on, of course, some highlights of what took place in Carriacou over the last couple of days. Little bits of this and that. That was all good. That was all.
Actually, all Saturday night's activities.
Saturday night activity.
No competition, no judging per se. It's just a display of culture in Carriacou as they test the waters as we, move on from this pandemic, entering into an endemic stage. Carriacou, big up yourself.
Always. Hey, Gary, let's roll into the meat of the matter this morning. Let's kick in with, of course, our word of the day. And let's do that. We have the thought of the day. We have all the good stuff we showed for you in the morning time to get your mind percolating, especially those who've got to go to work. And the parents who are getting the youngsters ready for school. The word of the day, Gary.
That's right. Word of the day. Arbitrary. Yes, it's an adjective. And it's spelled ARBITRARY. Arbitrary. All right. Arbitrary means determined, planned, or chosen seemingly at random or by chance. Here is a sentence. Because the committee wasn't transparent about the selection process, the results of the process appeared to be wholly arbitrary. People often make arbitrary decisions on where to go out to eat. Arbitrary comes from the Latin word abitur, which means judge, and is the source of the English arbiter. All right, in English, arbitrary first meant dependent upon choice or discretion and was specifically used to indicate the sort of decision as for punishment left up to the expert determination of a judge rather than the defined by law. Today, it can be used also for anything determined or as if by personal choice or whim. So arbitrary, your word for today.
Yeah, you hear people always making those arbitrary decisions. You understand? That's what fits in there. Hey, let's get set for your thought of the day for this morning here on a Good Morning Grenada. Don't forget, coming up shortly, we have the edition of news for you. Stick around for that also. And your thought of the day today, let's take a peek at that. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. May I repeat that for you once again? Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And that was a thought there by the late Steve Jobs, folks. And that's a thought of the day here on Good Morning.
You see that inner voice?
Yeah.
That's inside of your head? Or your inner wisdom? That will direct you to your goals. So make sure you listen.
Yeah.
I mean, other people's opinion tend to drown out that inner voice. Just the other day, I had a moment thinking about that. You know, oftentimes we get bombarded by opinions of other people, family, friends, and so forth and so on, and we don't get to listen to that inner voice.
That's so
Take
true.
note.
Yeah, listen to yourself, because sometimes you tell yourself the right thing to do. You understand?
Yeah.
Simple as that. Hey, let's get set with your health tip for this morning. Your health tip compliments the folks of Mitchell's Health and Wellness Pharmacy, where your pharmacy's health is our business. And Gary, the health tip for today.
Limit the amount of alcohol you drink now.
Yeah.
Drinking alcohol is strongly linked with an increased risk of a number of direct cancers or different cancers, including cancers of the mouth, pharynx, larynx, esophagus, bowel, liver, and breast. The experts recommend limiting the number of alcohol beverages you drink to 1 a day for women and 2 drinks a day for men. Now, people who have a high risk for the cancers discussed above should talk with their doctors about limiting or even avoiding alcohol to help decrease their risk. Yeah, health tip of the day.
Yes. Hey, Gary, you know, there are folks who just ain't going to absorb that, you know. As much as you will tell them, hey, that's the first thing some individuals do in the morning, have a shot, if you could say that, a little alcohol during the day, you know, even before they go to bed. And I see a lot of youngsters are getting themselves taken up into that these days, you know, and some of them wonder, wow.
And here we worry about the legalization of marijuana. Anyway, let's move on.
Let me move on. Hey, let me get into let's get into your Did You Know segment this morning before we wrap the segment, the first segment of Good Morning Grenada here. Let's get into our Did You Know segment. You know, well, roughly 6,500 languages are spoken in the world today. Did you know that, folks? Each and every one of them makes the world a diverse and beautiful place. In terms of native, of course, speakers along the Mediterranean, that's the Mandarin Chinese, is by far the second most spoken language in the world. Did you know that? It's an official language of the mainland China, Taiwan, and Singapore, and one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations. So it's not surprised that there are approximately 1.9 million native speakers worldwide. Mandarin is what's called a tonal language, which means that the meaning of the word changes based on the way you pronounce it. Think about that. Now, with a set of about 50,000 characters, it's probably one of the most complex language to learn. But don't worry. There are no verbs, conjunctions, no tense, no gender-specific nouns either. If you didn't know, now you know.
That makes it sounds easy.
Exactly. You know, I had a friend who wanted to go to China, Gary. You know, and I was saying, hey, Boy, I had to learn Chinese, boy. I think now maybe I should send that to the individual. They probably may think different.
Do you know in Chinese, a word may change based on how you say it.
Yeah.
So if I say you, that means something completely different to if I say you.
Yeah. And the Chinese may look at you now and say, what is he talking about? Yeah.
I mean, so what this is actually saying here, Mandarin is the most the most spoken language in the world, 1.2 billion, followed by Spanish, then English.
All right.
Did you know?
Did you know? If you didn't know, now you know. Hey, Gary, moving up to approximately, about 12 minutes before the top of the hour this morning. We're getting set. When we come back to the second segment this morning, we get bop into your riddle and so forth. We're getting set for the AM edition of news here on the K105 Hot 98. Of course, news also on GBN TV. We come back with the second segment of news just after. The second segment of Good Morning Grenada just after 7 a.m. We coming right back with that. Hey, Gary, until we meet up again on the next side, man, have yourself a good one here on Good Morning Grenada. Hey, folks, the news is next here on K105. The time check.
It may not be exactly how the people want it, but Carnival in Carriacou is on this Monday, which has been designated a public holiday, according to the parliamentary representative for the Sister Islands. Sherry and Blackman Stephen has that story.
No competition this year and no masqueraders on the street this year, but we'll have the aspects of Carnival being portrayed in a virtual form.
The people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique have been granted a public holiday to indulge in carnival activities. Monday, February the 28th, will be a bank holiday on the Sister Islands for the return of kayak mass after last year's absence. Chairman of the Carriacou Carnival Committee, James Stafford, said the news means a lot to the people, especially young people who were restricted because of COVID-19.
Over the last 2 years, I mean, even from the school children right up to the adults, they have been going through a piece. And I know that this holiday for this carnival, it will give them a chance to release.
An emergency meeting will be held on Tuesday to discuss some of the activities that will be allowed. We
are having a meeting tomorrow, emergency meeting of the board to relook some of the weekend activities, because now that we have the holiday, some things can change around. And some of the venues are very large. Most of what we did in all year round, we make sure that where we were having activities, the venues was large.
Stafford anticipates a number of visitors to the Sister Isles, including many from Grenada.
One of the things that we are doing is on the Friday night, we have some private promotion because we encourage some private promotion also. So we have an activity at the tennis court on Friday, and then we have what you call aspects of Carnival, which is the real mass on the tennis court on on Saturday. Sorry, that one starts at 1 o'clock in the PM, where we'll be displaying some the maypole and the steel pan and some other aspects of Carnival, leading right up to 7 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, we will be doing a virtual show where we'll be showcasing the culture of Carriacou to the world. So that we'll be seeing the Shakespeare Mass, the Old Mass, we have what you call a Kings of Kings, Calypso show, Soca show, and many other activities, portrays kings and queens of the bands and all this thing. And we would not say there will be no job. It might be a little hypocrite of me to say that. But what we want to make sure that whatever activity has been held is been controlled to a certain way. I know that job is part of young people, and that's one of the main reason for the meeting tomorrow, to look at where we go with that and to see what we can come up with.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
A blended approach to Spice Mass 2022 will be used for Grenada's marquee event, bringing an end to a 2-year hiatus because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Minister of Culture Yolande Bean Hosford said Carnival will be held under the strict protocols, as the Spice Mass Corporation submitted a proposal which Cabinet readily approved.
It wasn't very difficult because we had the reports from the Ministry of Health. We have had other reports from the police. So it's not just the team SMC preparing the proposal, but a lot of groundwork and a lot of research has been done, and a lot of collaborative efforts with all the mass players, etc., and all the stakeholders. Bringing that to cabinet, we were very impressed because it was pretty much holistic. It created quite a balance in terms of the information that was shared to cabinet. So it wasn't very difficult for cabinet to make that decision based on the information that was shared.
The forecasted drastic increase in gas prices globally has become reality as Russia's invasion of Ukraine has thrown the rest of the world into a tailspin. And while the invasion may be happening thousands of miles away, its impact could be felt right here in Grenada through the cost of commodities such as food and gas. Gerald Joseph has tonight's top story.
One of the worst possible outcomes following a global crisis has been realized as Russia officially began its invasion of Ukraine earlier Thursday morning. World food prices, inflation, and increased cost of freight are factors countries such as Grenada are already facing due to the recession caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, and it is now compounded by the Russian war on Ukraine. Private sector Senator Christopher Dialli, in an interview earlier this week, had pointed to the cap on gas prices as one of the areas that may be impacted. He believes the Grenadian economy cannot sustain such a situation for a long period, especially for local businesses heavily dependent on the industry. According to Reuters, oil prices jumped on Thursday, with Brent rising above $105 a barrel for the first time since 2014, after Russia's attack on Ukraine exacerbated concerns about disruptions to global energy supply. ABC 13 is reporting that with the United States to implement economic sanctions on Russia, it means even higher gas prices, which will be sudden and significant.
You know, the Russian invasion of Ukraine could have some serious impacts almost right away here in the U.S. In fact, U of H energy expert Ramanan Krishnamurti says if the conflict overseas drags out, worst case, it could spike gas prices to $5 and last for several months. So currently, about 10% of the world's crude oil comes from Russia. He says higher gas prices won't just affect us at the pump. It also means higher prices on just pretty much everything that we're buying, on top of us already dealing with inflation. If gas prices increase by $1, that will bring us to $4.20, the highest since 2000, as I mentioned, when gas peaked at just $4.
GBN reached out to Energy Minister Gregory Bowen to find out whether Grenada will be able to sustain the $15 cap on local gas price, which was implemented in December. However, up to news time, a request from the Prime Minister's press secretary for an interview with Minister Bowen did not materialize. Meanwhile, private sector Senator Christopher Dialli, prior to the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, indicated that the solution is a strong signal for Grenada to push forward with renewable and alternative sources of energy.
That is one side of the equation, but let's take Guyana, for example, where Guyana is going to become a huge producer of oil and gas. For them, this is great, and for the companies investing, at the end of the day, could we strike arrangements with Guyana that could give us oil and gas at a cheaper rate for our region, so that the full dependency as we move away from it, although we wouldn't be totally away from it, but as we change our energy consumption and diversify it with alternatives, the question becomes, how we could form agreements and arrangements within our own CARICOM community that works to our advantage and not have to depend on external factors of bringing in all these fuels and so on that will constantly keep increasing our costs. So, for example, if we were to move our electricity production from diesel to gas, and we could get gas cheaper from the region 10 years, 15 years from now, or geothermal, would that be an alternative that we should look at now to prepare for these crises that may come?
Senator Dialli said such a move will reduce the effects of rising oil prices due to what has transformed into evasion on the local economy. He noted that as countries go into renewables and reduce dependency on fossil fuels, oil companies will seek to make as much as possible. I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great.
Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and Granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Join GBN on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. for Interesting Grenadians, a program that showcases the lives of interesting and outstanding Grenadians at home and abroad. It's Interesting Grenadians every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on GBN. Don't you miss it.
Hundreds of patrons were left disappointed on Saturday night after showing up to a party that was subsequently shut down by members of the Royal Grenada Police Force before the advertised performances took place.
At least one woman was taken to hospital after being trampled in a stampede at an event that was subsequently shut down by police on Saturday. Law enforcement officers shut down the party, which was in progress at Fox in Big Yard in the south of the island, due to an apparent breach of COVID-19 protocols. The venue was filled to capacity, but patrons on the outside, eager for their first big fete since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, forced their way into the venue, pushing past security and trampling one woman in the process. Police intervened and the party was shut down immediately after. Officer in charge of South St. George Police Station, ASP Charles, spoke to GBN via telephone on Monday afternoon and says the event did not meet the requirement for what permission was granted.
Basically, the permission that was granted was breached. So, yeah. In terms of the numbers and the type of activity that should have been taking place. Well, permission was granted to have a birthday party with approximately 200 persons, not in excess of 200 persons. Event was clearly not a birthday party. The numbers.
ASP Charles says it has not been decided what action will be taken against the promoters named on the promotional flyer as Jigs and Lav. He extended advice to promoters wishing to host events in the midst of a global health pandemic.
This is a matter for the administration to decide as to what course of action will be taken in regards to the breaches of the permission that was granted and so on. Yes, we'll advise persons wishing to host activities to be very factual as to and frank as to the type of event that they want to host, and they must also make representation for the kind of numbers that they would like to have attending those events and so on.
The party was set to feature DJs from Trinidad and Tobago, and the flyer advertised performances by some top local acts, including Lavaman, Talpri, Boise, and Dash. Patrons who showed up on Saturday night said the event was well attended. GBN reached out to the promoters, including former soca monarch Lavaman, and they expressed interest in making a statement. But up to news time, a comment was not forthcoming.
The people of Shantimel St. Patrick say they are prepared to take matters into their own hands if the authorities refuse to overturn a decision made in court to relocate a man accused of rape to their community. Crystalina John has tonight's report.
Glendon Augustine, representing Shantimel residents, told GBN News of a bitter moment for the people in his community.
After this situation here with the media today, we are going to do a petition where we are going to get some signatures asking the authorities to get the national out of Shantimel for us, please. After we done this petition, we will take it to the relevant authority and we would wait. And if there is no response after we respond today to the media, after respond with our petition letter, if there is no response, I think we have to go back to basics. We will have to call the village together and we'll have to take matters in our own hands.
They are disgruntled over the decision taken by the court to have Candidas Maturin, a St. Lucian citizen who was charged for 4 counts of rape and 2 counts of indecent assault, relocated to Shantimel St. Patrick. The 38-year-old landscaper resided at Mount Granby, St. John, prior to being charged for the sexually related crimes.
The bothering things about that now is that nobody knows how it arrived for he to be in Shantimel. We don't know who take the bail. We don't know which house in Shantimel it is in. And it's like a monster that is within the village. And we don't know when he's going to strike again.
Augustine says they want answers.
There is a lot of questions that still pointed out to us, which is only those in authority, which I consider to be the Minister of National Security and the Commissioner of Police, how they arrived at that situation to send this person to Shantimel. They are calling on a speedy, immediate action to be taken with that situation at present.
He explained what is even more bothersome is that the individual's whereabouts are unknown. Augustine says the relocation comes just as they are beginning to breathe a sigh of relief after a man who terrorized their community for months was recently removed. Mathurin made his first court appearance before the St. George's Magistrates Court on Monday. He was granted bail in the sum of $50,000 with one surety. However, he had some additional conditions as ordered by the court. He had to surrender all travel documents, have no contact with the complainant and all witnesses, and report to the Union Police Station every Wednesday. Mathurin will reappear in court in April. Christina John, GBN News.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
Thousand Live is a 1-hour performance gig every Thursday from 8 p.m. featuring performances from our local musicians and short interviews discussing all things musical. Every Thursday, a different musician and a different instrument will be featured, from the violin to the saxophone to the trumpet, guitar, and steel pan. Our local musicians playing, improvising, and educating us on all genres of music. Join GBN with host musicians Matthias and Shireen and a special guest every Thursday at 8 p.m. It's grooving smooth and live on GBN.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
So we're back inside here on Good Morning Grenada. Let's say good morning once again to our viewers via GBN TV, or of course social media platforms, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. You're looking at us via good morning to you. Thanks for making us your choice as always. Hey, coming up next, before we proceed, we do have some interviews lined up this morning, some other discussion. Myself and Gary are going to take care of that. We're getting set for Money Matters, and of course the folks via GBN TV, they're going to take care of that for you on that side of it. And when we come back after Money Matters this morning, we're certainly going to be diving to all the other good stuff, the birthday list and more. And as mentioned, we do have that interview lined up for you also. So let's get set for Money Matters, and when we come back, we get into all the other good stuff here. We should have Gary Lincoln back in via Hot 98 also. So let's get set for Money Matters right here on Good Morning Grenada. And it comes to compliments of folks of Courts Grenada Limited.
We would have launched our microloans product back in 2018 when we realized that it was such a challenge for small business owners to source financing. The main objective of our microloans brand is to ensure that we help small business owners build their capacity and grow their businesses, not just in St. Lucia but across the OACS. You are able to apply for your loan online at www.readyfinancecaribbean.com. You can also call us at our switchboard 457-8100 and speak to one of our very qualified microfinance officer. One of the main parts and one of the main things that we're really proud of from this product is the fact that we offer training solutions and we help our customers build their capacity. And we want to stress the fact that it's not just about giving you financial assistance, but it's really about ensuring that you are able to succeed in your business.
Welcome to Money Matters, made possible by Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome to Money Matters, financial information for sound living. Wherever you are in life, these tips may help you get on solid financial ground and help you stay there. Teach your children to save. 1. Give allowances. This gives your children hands-on experience which will teach them how to save and spend. 2. Set goals. Get your children to set a goal for something they want. This will help to motivate them to save. It will also teach them to value what they have, knowing that it costs money to have what you want. 3. Create a budget. Sit down with your children and have them outline what they want and the costs. Then have them list their weekly income. This is going to show your kids how to make financial decisions to match their desires with the realities of what they have. 4. Open a savings account. A bank account and visits to the bank will help your children understand that when you save money, it can earn more money through interest. 5. Get a piggy bank or savings jar. This way, they can literally see their money grow. 6. College. Debt is often a more serious problem than academics for college students. Staying within budget needs to be part and parcel of the lessons they learn. Bailing themselves out, curbing their spending lust, and foregoing non-essentials are absolute musts. Too often, parents with the best intentions enable the worst financial patterns.
Money Matters was made possible by Quartz Grenada Limited, bringing value home.
Get the kind of value you love that's unmatched at Quartz now. We're unmatched in quality and prices. Get appliances, electronics, furniture, and much more. You will love it. Get it now and pay nothing for 30 days with ready finance. Plus, shop now and get a chance to win a luxury staycation for two. Now that's unmatched value. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply. Offer ends February 28th, 2022.
Morning, Grenada here on K105 Hot 98 via GBN TV or social media platforms. Good morning once again. Are we checking in on my bro, Gary? Haven't seen him, of course, tap back in as yet. You here, man?
I'm right here. I ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going anywhere. You got to tap in your video, bro. I ain't seen you this morning.
Hold on, I got that.
You have the option of hiding in the background these days, man, for whatever reason. I don't know.
Incognito.
Hey, folks, we back here on Good Morning Grenada via GBN TV, social media platforms. Gary, we get into the roll on. Gary, we do have an interview lineup. We do have, of course, the representatives from the Division of Youth Development, and we're going to chit-chat with them for a few minutes, and we're going to get, when we take care of that, we diverge back into, of course, the good stuff here on Good Morning Grenada. We're going to talk about all the latest developments happening in Grenada. You're going to chit-chat about that.
Well, let me get into the riddle quick so they could marinate on it a bit.
We did. I that slipped me there for a wee bit. We didn't throw the riddle this morning, and there are folks who eagerly anticipate hearing that every morning.
Especially those in the kitchen preparing breakfast right now. We're going to hit you up with a riddle for this morning. All compliments of our friends at Sleepy Dappers. All natural, all organic. For your baby's total comfort and protection. Sleepy Dappers, always for better.
Let me take care of that riddle this morning. I think I'm liking it a little bit, Gary. Let me take care of that. I sung like one letter, but I'm written with three. I show you things when you look through me. All right? What am I?
Easy riddle this morning.
Easy riddle. If you in the kitchen this morning getting stuff prepared, if you are driving this morning, and of course I don't hope I distract you in any way if you're driving. You could still play that Jew care and attention as you drive along this morning, but you can decipher that. Think about the riddle. Decipher that one. All right. So when we come back after the interview with Duval, we have the Celebrations Club and a whole lot more coming your way. It's Good Morning Grenada here on K105 and Hot 98, also on GBN TV and all social media platforms. Gary, get us set to take care of our guests this morning. I think both of them are in. I'm seeing one giving us that bit of a video footage, and I'm not sure which one of the two we have. We should be let me get their names this morning. We should have it, of course. So I guess should be Mr. Alva Renaud. He's the project manager of Youth Biz. I hope I'm getting that pronunciation right there. We also should have Mr.
Youth Biz is correct.
Yes, Youth Biz. We should also have Mr. Earl Williams. He's also the project officer of Empower. We should have both of them with us this morning. Let me say good morning to you, gentlemen. How are you this morning?
Good morning to you.
All right, I think that's Mr. Earl Williams there. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Good morning. Good morning.
All right. Welcome to Good Morning. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada here on GBN TV, also our social media, of course, platforms. Welcome. This morning we're going to talk about, of course, the division. This is of course you also the project manager of Youth Biz, and Gary, you want to chip in here and say good morning?
Why not?
Yeah, you chip in and say good morning to them. I'm having a slight issue getting something organized here, so why don't you take care of
Youth Biz, Earl Williams, welcome, man.
Good morning. Good morning. I am awaiting the Youth Bees officer to actually join.
Okay.
Mr. Alvarez, who is the Youth Bees project officer.
Okay, so we have Alva Renaud with us here this morning. I see him on the live. I'm not too sure if he's here, and make sure your mic is on mute. All right. And once that is taken care of, we're good to go. Youth Biz is a small business arm with the Division of Youth Development, which provides business support, training, financing to small business entrepreneurs between the ages of 18 and 35. But I don't want to, say it all. It's not my time to shine. It's your time. So Earl and Alva, what you guys can continue to tell us about Youth Biz for the folks viewing us and listening to us right now.
Okay, good morning. I'm going to turn over Youth Bees, all of Youth Bees activities and so forth to Mr. Renaud. So, Mr. Renaud, Youth Bees.
All right, a pleasant good morning to the listeners being public of GBN. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I did. So let me make sure that you all are hearing me clearly.
Yes, you are being heard clearly.
Right, okay, good. So, Youth Biz is a department in the Ministry of Youth that is aimed to creating employment and sustainable business and livelihood to the youth of the nation in the form of enterprise and small businesses. This is done through financing and business development. Okay, so as you mentioned earlier on, we do provide financing up to $25,000 at a low interest rate of 3% that is done through GDB. And we also provide business development for new and existing business. So persons who want to start a business, we do the training component, we do the consultation, the business planning, existing business, if you need advice, if you need consultation, we do all the sort.
Oh, that's wonderful. You said that for existing business, it's not just for those who are planning on getting into business, but for existing business as well, they can avail themselves of the loan. What's the maximum amount of you can get again? You did mention it, but for the sake of the listeners, let's repeat that.
We start from $1,000 to $25,000.
$25,000. Okay. You did mention that there is a process in ultimately getting that loan. You mentioned about training. Does this apply to everyone?
Yeah. We have a target. We have a target group. The youth specifically is between the age of 18 to 25. So persons who have a business idea or existing business, first of all, what you need to do is you come in, we do the pre-assessment, we validate your business idea to ensure that the business idea is viable, of course. And thereafter, what we ensure is that you are equipped with the skill of managing your business, and that is where the training come in. Because remember, at the end of the day, you could get a loan, but if you don't apply yourself in the management area, sometimes that business so will just collapse sooner than you think. So we want to ensure that persons are equipped in that. So why next complement to our department is our business hubs, and we have business hubs located in different parts of the island, where we assist young persons in that area, business development specifically.
Right.
So we have one located in St. Mark's. We are just commissioning one in St. David's, and we are looking to do in the Caribbean. Right, because we thought also that just financing wouldn't complete the equation, because persons who getting into business, youth especially, they're young, and they need that hand-holding. They also need that support. So
yes, it's about not just giving them a fish, but teaching them to fish, correct?
Exactly. So that is the purpose of the department, to create that sustainable employment and livelihood. So at the end of the day, you could depend on the business to live your life.
All right. And we also have Gary, Mr. Earl Williams with us this morning. He's a project manager of Empower. Earl, good morning to you once again, and welcome to Good Morning Grenada.
Yes, wonderful. Nice having us here this morning, Ministry of Youth, Division of Youth, to speak to you on some of our projects or initiatives and so forth. Any questions or so you want to know?
Well, let's hear about this particular Empower. Tell us about Empower before we get into the meat of the matter of questions about it.
Right. So Empower, it's spelled MP, not EMP, right? It's a unique brand.
Empower.
Yeah. M, capital M, capital POWER, right? So Empower has been an initiative of the Division of Youth. The concept started growing in 2017 when we were directed by the Prime Minister to design a specific project for males only, right? Because there was that cry out there for young males who had no opportunity to receive some sort of a qualified training. And when we speak of males within the community who don't have to have any specific qualifications. The only qualifying component is that you are unemployed and you are within the ages of 18 and 30, give and take 35. All right, so that's what Empower was designed to meet, those young people, young males within that category. And the project grew. We had a number of focus groups meeting with young people to tell us what we wanted, and we used their information to design the project for them.
Right.
So Empower concept started in 2017, and the project actually started in December 2018.
All right. Now tell us how has the response been, especially for young men? Because you of course seem to focus a lot of attention on young men, because we know what it's like these days with young men being out there, being unemployed. We know the trouble they could get themselves into. What was the response like in terms of young men, of course, signing up to be part of this particular, of course?
Well, since we started this project, there has never been a shortage of men for registration. When we started the project, we had to take in 500 males, and we were just about 525, 550 thereabout. So we were able to start. And the second cohort, again, we were over the number. Additionally, we are at the third stage, so we are over the number again. So there is always a need. We see that there's a dire need for training for these young men out there. So the responses from them are great. And there are some young men who actually have done the project before, and they may not have been fully utilizing their skills as yet, and they still want to come back to the project. And they are encouraging other males to join the project because they see the benefit for them.
Let me ask this. In the process of going through the entire program, are we seeing young men continue to hold on to the entire program, or we see folks dropping off, or how is that aspect of it?
Right. So we have some dropouts. Right, we do have one or two dropouts, but the number never went down to under 75%. Never went down to under 75%.
Great.
In fact, we had over 300 and just about 320, over 320 persons graduating the last cohort. Right, so we are now down to the third cohort, the third phase, Empower 3.0. That's how the main call it, Empower 3.0. And we expect, based on the design of the training, we expect for more persons to hold on. The thing about it is that Empower is unique. It is specific for the men. They are the ones who told us exactly what training they want. So the project was designed to meet the needs of these men. We have soft skills, we have personal development, we have, the soft skills is like the life skills, but there is a special package for them called CORE, cultivating opportunities for rewarding experiences. So the men will go through that training for just about 3 months. And then we have the apprenticeship placement and the direct skills training.
All right.
Some of the men are now even receiving CVQ qualifications with their training. We offer things like electrical installation.
I was just about to ask you that, to say, what are some of the top, programs or skills, per se, that was offered that these young men were attracted to?
Right. So we offer electrical installation, plumbing installation, excavator operations. We have commercial foods preparation. We also added a component last year, and we were able to do outboard engine repairs in Petit Martinique as a community portion of the program. Additionally, this year, which is different from last year, we are bringing in 10 differently able young men from the Grenada National Council of the Disabled who are assisting us and working in partnership with us to join that program. So the project is open for all males within the age category.
All right.
Last year, we started a component also at Her Majesty's Prison, and this year we are doing another component there. We have 25 males who are enrolled at the prison, and they would be receiving their training also.
All right. Gary, anything you want to throw into Mr. Williams this morning?
I think we've covered it all, and he has covered it all. Maybe I'd like to go back to the first person I was speaking to, and trying to get my information up here so I can.
Mr. Alva. Yes, Mr. Alva Renaud. Mm-hmm.
Alva, is there anything else you'd like to add to, of course, your end of the program, which is, of course, Youth Biz?
Yes, of course. Well, in addition to what Mr. Williams sort of mentioned, after the guys sort of completed the program, what will happen is that they will go through a transition period. Remember, the monitoring and evaluation period is also critical because that determines we will get to determine exactly how successful the program is. So our support center is also responsible for monitoring and supporting those young guys during the period of for a 6 months period, and give them that necessary support. So if they are interested in finance, want to formalize the business, for example, if they want to put that management structure in place, then Business Hub is there to give them that additional support. If they're looking for additional financing to inject into the business, then we do the relative assessment, and then we go ahead and provide the financing for them. Right?
Wonderful.
All right,
do you have numbers, information for people who might be interested? They can reach out and get in touch with you guys.
Yeah, sure. So our Business Hub, if they require that business support, our Business Hub number is 435-0119, and they could also call us at the complex, which is 440-6917. It's a Ministry of Youth.
All right.
Earl, I'm asking you the same question.
Yes. Well, it's the same number, 440-6917 at the Division of Youth. For persons who want to reach us, yes. One of the things that I must put in here is that all of our projects, they are linked. They are all linked together so that the men, when they have completed the training that has been put out through the Empower project, they go through the transition process where they are linked with the Youth Bees. Additionally, at the end of the Empower training, all the participants who have graduated will qualify for a grant fund of no more than $2,400.
Okay.
All of them will qualify to receive a grant fund. Now, that grant fund is not given in cash. It is given in value. Now, say, for example, you want to go into a landscaping business, or you want to go in the auto mechanic business, or you want to be in construction. You are going to get quotations for the tools and equipment that you need, and we are going to purchase those tools and equipment, nothing more than $2,400, and it will be handed over to you, and those tools and equipment will be tracked by the small business unit, its use and so forth. Yes, so they all receive the tools and equipment to use. Last week, we handed over our first round of tools and equipment to the participants of Empower 2.0. Some young men receive barbecue grills. They want to go into that area because they did commercial foods training. Some men they receive the weed whackers, weed eaters, so that because they want to go into landscaping. Others receive tools and equipment for plumbing, electricals, etc. So whatever area you want to get into, that's the uniqueness of the Empower project.
Right.
I don't think we have any other projects that do that, but that's the uniqueness of the project. It gives you tools and equipment for you to continue or to start your business. Additionally, you can ask for your funds of $2,400 to come over to the Youth Bees, and that will be used as collateral towards you qualifying for a bigger loan so that you can open up your small business.
Oh, interesting there. All right. I was about to ask Mr. Alva about that pertaining to, the qualification for someone, how one can be qualified to obtain the loan, but and you just kind of summarize it in that way. Well, of course, Mr. Alva, I guess he could also chip in on this. For someone to qualify for that loan from the youth biz part of the program, do they have to go through the Empower part of it, or is it anyone could just they do have to come to the Empower part?
No. The Empower is just it's a different component.
It's a different component.
So after the guys would have finished their training and they got the grant funding, then we provide that support. But Youth Biz is open to the public, the youth of the nation. So persons between 18 to 35 who are unemployed. So once person have the business idea, and as I mentioned, they come in, there's a registration process. So you do a registration form, you come in, we validate your idea, then you go through that necessary training. And after that training, you get to compile a business idea that will tell us exactly what your business idea is.
Okay, understand
all about. And most of the times people think that business plan is so complicated. After the persons finish that workshop, it makes some business planning really, really easy.
All right.
So that is one of the essential part of the training also.
All right.
After that training is completed, then you go through the application process. The loan officer now come in, she do the loan pre-assessment and show that way you want to set up your business. She do the field visit, she do all the arrangement. Then the loan application will have to go to advisory board to now look at the validity of the to the loan, and that committee will be responsible for approving the loan.
All right. Well, I guess I want to thank you, gentlemen, for chipping in this morning. I hope there are youngsters out there who are listening, probably have a business idea. They could, of course, go to the Youth Biz and then present the idea, go through the various components of it. And also, I want to thank you both once again, Mr. Alva Renard and Mr. Earl Williams. I want to thank you both for chipping in with us this morning and sharing the necessary information.
Thank you very much for having us. Good morning to the staff. I know everyone is getting ready to be on the job right now. So good morning to you, my hardworking staff at the Division of Youth Development.
All right. Thank you. Thanks you both once again.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, have a good day.
All right. Gary, interesting information from both gentlemen this morning. Youngsters, Gary, when we were younger, we didn't get this kind of opportunities, but
boy, the youths today are so blessed, and they don't even know that. And I'm getting an echo on my end, GT.
Okay, that's taken care of. The youngsters today, as you said, they have that opportunity, and I certainly hope that they make really good use of it. All right. So we're moving on.
Just as a point of reference before we move on, Alva Renard is the project officer of Youth Biz, and Earl Williams is the project officer of Empower. Thank you, guys. Let's move on this morning, boy.
Yeah, we got lots to talk about, man, and hey, Gary, tell us.
The convention, boy.
Did you?
We
listened to
Carnival is in the air and everything, but we didn't get to talk about the NMP convention.
Yeah.
You understand? That is a big thing too.
Gary,
you understand?
Would you be paratrooping? You're
paratrooping. This is going to be a word, that is going to be used. I'm sure it's going to be a theme throughout the election. TikTok kind of viral theme that is going to be taking place. But I would like for Master Control to pull that up for us. Let's take a look and listen to our Prime Minister elaborate on the cons of being a paratrooper. Comic relief in the morning, folks. Check it out.
And you have one here, Mia Motley. You think our time was easy in opposition? Even within our own party, she had her own problems. The struggles were deep. She didn't get there just so by paratrooping into the Barbados Labour Party. Mia, you were never a paratrooper. Never a paratrooper. You know what happens to paratroopers? Sometimes when you go to paratroop in the place and you ain't check the ground, next thing you fall straight in enemy hand, dead man. So, who thinking a paratrooping in Grenada? Tell them come. NNP have the ground wet. Well, I know. And they want to paratroop in St. David's, you know. St. David's is a place where liberation and struggle start and end. Well, the soldiers are there. The soldiers are there waiting. Pick him up so and go with him.
Hey Gary, man, that was like funny stuff.
Yo, let me tell you something. If you don't like Keith, then you love to hate him. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. It's a love to hate.
Oh man, that's like funny stuff.
Man, listen, we are running out of time this morning, so I would go ahead, GT.
You know, I was saying, I listened to it too, and it cracked me up. And listening to it this morning is like a refresher once again. You know, it's like this, as you said, it's comic relief for the morning. You understand? If you haven't laughed for the morning for any reason, folks, it doesn't suddenly give you a laugh this morning. Something to laugh at this morning.
I'll tell you what, because time is against us here this morning. Let's scroll on down. Yeah, he also invited Mia Motley, and I was surprised because I thought she was going to arrive. I thought she was going to be there virtually, but she was there in person.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get, of course, that clip from Mia Motley. She said something very important. I was driving while listening to her speak.
Mm-hmm.
And when she started on that particular issue, I was banging on my steering wheel. I was shouting. I was like, yes, yes. No, this is leadership in every aspect. So let's listen to that particular clip where she spoke about, of course, black people, or how we are positioned to take advantage and to propel ourselves into the future, and some of the challenges that we face all at the same time. Let's run that clip.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Because the world knows that there are species that have become extinct. I never see a dinosaur yet in my life. The world knows that there are ancient empires that became defunct and imploded. Those who go to Europe to look at the Roman and Greek, the remnants of the Roman and Greek Empire, those who go to Kenya to visit where the cradle of civilization really can truly be described as being in the Rift Valley, know full well that we take and we must take nothing for granted with respect to the capacity of animals, humans, or civilizations and institutions to be able to survive. Ever there was a time for us to act with singular purpose, if ever there was a time for us to be able to put the whole issue of functional cooperation at the very front burner of our activities, it is now. There is not a single Caribbean country, even the large ones, that can be described as being totally equipped to meet all of its needs. And hence our capacity to cooperate and to provide that functional cooperation will be the determining factor between whether we succeed or not. Preparations under the One Health Global Initiative to prepare for the next pandemic, regrettably, which is the slow motion pandemic of antimicrobial resistance. A lot of fancy words to say what? That when people abuse antibiotics, they develop an immunity. And when you're going to hospitals or when you get infections and these superviruses come and your body can't fight off the infection, it is largely because you've become accustomed to the antibiotics, either through overuse as a human being in medication or through the food that we eat, whether it is vegetables and fruit, where they've been using all kinds of chemicals on them that literally deplete our capacity to fight the viruses, or in the livestock, or worse than that, because of the excrement from the animals or from the chemicals on the trees into the rivers and water table it goes. What does all that mean? that going to the dentist could be a serious risk in the future.
Hey Gary,
yes,
interesting.
Talk the thing.
Listening to the lady, interesting yesterday. It does draw your attention. If you're not someone that listens to, of course, people speak, or someone in authority per se speak, she should have certainly drawn your attention yesterday by just listening to.
And she talked about the spirit of Eric Williams. She didn't mention his name, but when it comes to One Caribbean and one governance, because we are just too small as individuals, but if we come together collectively, there's so much we can do. Exactly. I remember the first leader of that One Caribbean idea was a Barbadian. All right.
Yeah.
But that's neither here or there. Let's move on. Good morning, Grenada.
Good morning, Grenada. Hey Gary, we due for a break. Should we take that break and come back? And when we come back, we should chat some more, and then we get set to wrap the show up at the top of the hour. All right. Let's take that short break. We're coming right back. Take that short break. We're coming right back.
An emerging artist. Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas? Get Rubis, get going.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center, a natural health store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
What an interesting weekend it was in the Spice Isle. Lots happening. We're talking about the sister isle of Carriacou. Lots happening over there for the weekend. Also into, of course, this Monday morning. We do have Junior Checkley, of course. Hope we get a chance to pop him in shortly. Give us an footage of what's going on with the traffic situation in Grenada this morning.
Well, I was speaking to someone in Carriacou not too long ago. Can't seem to get anyone who was willing to come online or come on air and have a chit-chat with us. You know what I mean? I'll probably get some footages of what's happening there.
Everybody's spraying a mask.
Everyone's playing a mask. Everyone's having a good time, but I understand that Juve is in full swing right now.
Yeah, man. Don't even say that for folks who haven't going up to Carriacou, Gary. We might be getting them all annoyed about that this morning. You know, it can be. You know what happens with Carnival and Grenadians? You understand? You might find folks want to do things that they're not permitted to do, like not go to work for the rest of the day today. You understand? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
Well, it's a holiday. It's a holiday officially inside of Carriacou,
but not
right
to the
now.
mainland of Grenada. Oh, man. Once again, good morning. We're moving on, folks. We're moving on. Do you think we should pop in Junior for a minute, Gary? Just a minute or two, see what's up with him. And
why not?
Then let me just see if I can get him in this morning, see what's up with him this morning. And if Junior is there. Junior, good morning if you're with us. How you doing this morning, bro? Hey, good morning to you, Junior. How you doing? Not getting an audio feed from him.
All right.
When he do chime in with the audio, we will go through with him. I'm not sure if Master.
Well, what we can do in the meantime, we got a lot of other stuff on the Getting that echo again, GT.
Yeah, let me get that thing.
We got a lot of stuff on the agenda. We haven't listened to. There is an issue that was again brought to the forefront during the convention yesterday. The issue of youth and inexperience was stressed upon again, and this time it was the PM taking swipes at you know who. All right. So if we are ready with that, Master Control, let's take a look at that particular part of his speech yesterday.
Good morning, Gary and.
All right, we do have Junior trying to check in with us for a little bit there, Gary. Should we accommodate him, and then we come back with and listen to that piece that you wanted to see from the Honorable Prime Minister?
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, Junior, just give us that chip into us for a wee bit this morning. Let's see what's up with you and where you at this morning. Tell us where you at this morning.
This morning I'm traveling from Springs to the Carnage. Currently I'm in Paddock. And we see there is a smooth flow of traffic. Is a lot of traffic, but a smooth flow of traffic as we head into St. George.
All right.
We are just approaching the Saul gas station in Paddock. And we want to urge drivers have to drive with caution this morning because the road is wet. And also look out for puddles as you drive because you do not want to be responsible for wetting anyone after they've had a shower this morning already on the way to work.
All right.
So now we are approaching the way formerly known as the Reno Cinema. To that intersection where we have the warden calling traffic every morning, an intersection to go down on the Allen Francis roundabout and then onto the Kiranijans Boulevard. So right now I'm in traffic right here waiting for the warden to call us to head on into Tantine.
All right. And you did mention it's a smooth flow.
Smooth flow of traffic. Yeah, got to look at the nice painting on the outside the Reno Cinema.
Yeah, I did look at it. Gary, ever take a chance to look at it, Gary?
You can't miss it.
Yeah, you can't miss that. And congratulations to the designer, whoever.
Definitely.
That, congratulations. Very talented individual.
Nashan Jeremiah is the artist.
All right, man. Great.
I would like to know the meaning, though. I would like to know someone to tell us the meaning, the actual meaning of it.
All right.
Because I think it has a meaning.
Okay. Well, we probably should try get him on the show one of these mornings, Gary. Probably he could explain what the meaning of that artistic work here.
Sounds like a good idea.
No, GT and Gary, we've seen, as usual, there's a lot of traffic coming down Lotus Lane.
All right.
Traffic all the way up to the Anglican High School. Coming down Lotus Lane, and we know because that's a main road to get you into Grandin Stantine from vehicles coming from St. Paul's, also from coming up Maras Hill to get Stantine to go on to Grandins.
All right.
Not here in Junior.
All right. Anyway, Junior, I want to thank you this morning. We got to cut it short just a wee bit. We just have approximately just around 12 minutes or so left on the show this morning. I want to thank you, as usual, for letting the folks know what the traffic situation is. Have a great day, man.
Have a great day, guys.
All right. Hey, Gary, moving on this morning.
Lovely traffic cam footage this morning. Love looking at the Carnage. Well, more like Tantine heading towards the Carnage direction.
Right.
Quiet morning. It looks like everybody went up to Carriacou.
Yeah, traffic is flowing nice. Even though the traffic, it's slight buildup, but it's flowing, and that's a plus there. So we're moving on here,
GT,
folks.
let's go back to that clip.
Yes, let's move on to that clip that we wanted to show the viewers this morning, and
Please,
and of course take a listen up. So Master Control will pop that in, and let's take a listen up to it.
We need our young people to ensure that our future is protected and remain relevant and current. We need experience, a blend of youth and experience. And therefore, as the party moves forward and transition, it is not just an issue of a time. It is a process, sisters and brothers. Kate Lewis is here today as a relatively young person, but she's gaining experience as a member of the government. When Emmeline Pear came into government several years ago, she was just a youth worker. She was appointed in the Senate and helped as parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of Youth. and now she's a Minister of Youth. In other words, the process of change and bringing in young people was a continuous process. We will be unveiling a number of youths at the political and technical levels to complement the experience, tried, tested, and delivered goods the new national party.
Inside, good morning, Grenada. I get where the Prime Minister was coming from. I do. I certainly do get where he's coming from.
Certainly.
You know, it's a process that everybody has to go through. You have to start from somewhere. You understand? And you know, I hope there's no misinterpretation of it for some reason ever. But I do understand.
Well, the issue is, and it becomes even more more to the forefront because of course it's been brought up on probably the biggest stage so far, and that is during the NMP's convention, and of course they are taking swipes at the NDC party that is predominantly occupied by young people. Now there are a lot of people who would disagree, and intellectually so, on some of the points that the leader raised during that clip, but we'll elaborate on that on a different topic, different day, different time.
We show more, of course, emphasis into it. But as I mentioned, I do understand where he's coming from. You understand? You know, it's like you take a youngster these days and you put them on the radio, then you realize, hey, they don't have the skill. They may like doing it, but sometimes the skill that is needed, they don't possess it, or the experience needed. And I understand him from that point. You understand? Some folks may see different when it comes to politics, but sometimes it weighs the same way. You understand? Hey, moving on, folks. Moving on. Hey, we move up. Well, just about 6 minutes left with us this morning, Gary. We may have to.
We ain't got much time. But tell you what, we got so much things on this program this morning to touch this morning that we ain't even touched half of it yet.
We probably
what I would like for my master control person to do right now, just scroll on down. Dolly C. Had a big day cruise, boy.
Wow.
If you see people, is that?
Hey.
So if master control could just roll.
As they say, Gary, it's an endemic right now. No longer a pandemic.
If they could just roll the footage as we speak.
Let's take a peek at that. And master control
we'll speak over it. We'll speak over it because
man, that do pop
let's
up.
Just roll it. But I mean, it seems like
it's a first for me in terms of seeing it, and when it do pops up, I'm just hearing it from you. I didn't get a chance to see it, but what actually took place there. But Master Control hasn't popped it up as yet. But it's interesting. Maybe what happened there. So, you give me a little insight on it. What took place?
Based on that that picture, that video, it seems like the folks inside of Carriacou, whether folks visiting as well, or just folks from Carriacou, I doubt. It's a combination of people who've flown in and people who've sailed in. All right, it seems like they're having a whale of a time. If you did not get the year, you would swear this is pre-pandemic party or fete.
So it's like nobody is caring much about the pandemic anymore. Seems that is like a thing of the past. I mean, actually had 2 deaths over the. I lost your audio there for a wee bit, Gary. I lost some audio.
I'm here.
And we seen over the weekend there was 2 deaths from COVID still. And, so we still have to be cautious about COVID. For some reason or the other, we do have to have some caution about COVID, so.
Carriacou is the testing ground. That they've made mention of that Carriacou is going to be used as that pilot program that is going to shape how we go forward as far as Grenada's Carnival is concerned. August is the time, you know what I mean? Job, say no more.
If Carriacou comes out to be successful, Spice Mass 2022 will certainly be a success also. All right?
And that will be all thanks to Carriacou.
Yeah, all thanks to Carriacou. Yeah. So, folks, let's make the best out of it, please. Let's make the best out of it. We see no major outbreak or anything of the sort after Carriacou. Well, we know we're safe for Spice Mass. Just to say in layman terms, we safe. All right.
Good. We're getting ready to wrap things up. Speaking about youth, Akima Paul's speech was quite a riveting one as well. And Chief was flown down all the way from London to be part of the NMP convention, which was on Sunday at the Trade Center. All right. It, of course, limited capacity, you know how the thing goes, virtual for the most part. And she made a speech that I thought was pretty pretty captivating, I should say. All right. Yeah. So if Master Control's got it, let's take a look at the young and upcoming Akima Paul. I haven't seen her in a minute, so it was great seeing her.
This should probably lead us to the outro of the show one time, Gary. We only have approximately 3 minutes left, so let's take that from Master Control, and when we come back, we wrap the show up this morning here on Good Morning Grenada.
Lack of economies of scale. We sometimes cannot compete on size. I tend to think, as in my personal life, that it is not the number and the extent of the problems that matter. It is the strength and creativity of the solutions and the drive to apply them. It is easy to take the sides of politics over policy. But if we look at facts over fallacy, we can safely say that the groundwork has been laid. We can both
a minute left on the show this morning before we get to roll back into BBC News and wrap the show. We didn't get a lot in this morning. A lot did happen. We still didn't get a lot in also, but hopefully tomorrow morning we will probably slip in. So just a note here for those of you on the birthday list. I will take care of that just a little after BBC News, give you the full list this morning. For those of you who missed it on the show this morning, well, apology for not be doing it during the Good Morning Grenada segment, but after BBC News, just a program note if I will take care of the list, because there are folks who just want to hear them being shout out on their day today. Gary, until we do this again tomorrow morning, bro, have yourself a good one over there.
Until my brother.
Yep.
Good morning, Grenada. You all stay safe. Catch me on Hot 98 for the morning heat. Until we meet up again tomorrow, God's willing. You all be good now. Take care of yourselves.
All right. And we certainly will fill in all the necessaries tomorrow that we missed out today. All right. So, folks, have yourself a good Monday, what's left of it, for Good Morning Grenada. That's what we say goodbye for today. Coming up shortly, folks, we have for you BBC News. Stick around for that here on Good Morning Grenada. HET with you and Gary. Gary, once again, peace out. Have yourself a good morning, man. And bye to our viewers and listeners around the world who view us via Facebook and YouTube. All right? Yeah, it's